Elephant by Raymond Carver. In Elephant, we have a man in serious trouble. I sympathize with him, and not only that, but I see myself in him. I see myself in you. That's a line from a film, but let's not get distracted. In his case, he has to pay bills for not a multitude of people, for members of his family, but that's just, I'm tempted to say too much, too much for one man. But then it depends how we look at it. In my case, I'm not paying bills for many men, I'm paying bills for many animals. I'm trying to be funny, but I can't. Still, I see his point. I see how it can be overwhelming to have to pay mortgage, expensive, and all ever increasing bills for this goddamn gated community you see behind, and all sorts of new and old things popping up. Anyway, on the other hand, the way to look at this can be positive, in the sense that positive psychology has made psychologists, not psychology itself, because that's science. Science itself cannot make tests, but men and women within made research and found that the obsession with money is wrong. Studies on lottery winners and many others have proved that winning a few $1 million overnight or over time doesn't change things. Yes, after you win that big pot of money, there is an increase in the happiness level for a few months, but then you come back to your base level of happiness. You are, in other words, as happy here after a short interval as you had been before the big win. Termina menos dopixul. He wants the spam, which he already nearly cut in half yesterday. But it can be overwhelming because the hero of this account has, first of all, a brother who calls and explains his misery. He has to pay or become homeless. He will be on the street. He's asking for $500 in the first place, and then they have a sort of a deal wherein the narrator, who's also the hero, says, okay, I'll lend you this money, but then you pay in May, June, mother, because I'm sending her money, and instead of me sending her, you will. And he thought that in this way he will be pressing his case. His brother will not be so mean and irresponsible as to not send the mother, who's also his parent, this sum. But he didn't. In the end, he sends. It's controversial. Mother has one account. He has another. Nevertheless, it's not the $500. He sent $100 or so. And the mother is upset. They speak, and she says she needs this and that. And so does the daughter, because there's a daughter who has a lousy husband who's not getting a job. he's a bastard who's not good, and so our hero has to contribute there as well, especially at one moment after the daughter, his child calls and says, I feel like raped, I've been not really robbed, I like at age, I don't have the word, but anyway, her furniture is missing, so she needs some support, financial support, to get some basics, and move ahead. There's a son who's going to New Hampshire, of all places, as the narrator says, with humor. There's some humor in all this disaster, cataclysm, financial cataclysm. And he thought in the first place that that's good, because nobody in the family even thought about going to study further in this family. But it ends up costing him an arm and a leg, in his own words. Besides, the son is on this complicated list of dependents, and calls and says that he wants to go to Europe because he can't stand it here in the US, and people have so wrong, and he needs to go to Europe, in short. So this man is overwhelmed, really.